students, today in Science Made Easy our topic is the organism and the population. Organism and population, it is a very much important topic under the discipline of ecology. Organisms are generally the contiguous living system, and these organisms may be the plants, animals or the microbes. Plants, animals or microbes, or in terms we can say that all the living organism or living entities which make a contiguous kind of system are known as the organism. These include the plants, animals as well as the microbes. And organism, because of their living nature, or these plants, animal and microbes, they are in short termed as the biotic factor. Also, because the organisms are present in environment and because of its non-living nature, it is known as the abiotic factor or abiotic factors, which include different parameters like the temperature, water, light and soil. These are the different factors. Because of their non-living nature, they are termed as the abiotic factors. And organism, because they are present in a number of different kind of habitats having the varying level of the abiotic factors, the varying level of the abiotic factors later leads to the formation of or the formation of different characters. And these different characters or these variable characters are termed as adaptation, as they help in the survival of the organism in the particular habitat. And these adaptations, maybe they occur in the form of the organism. Then they are known as the morphological adaptation. And if they are present in the form of the physiology, then the adaptations are termed as the physiological adaptation. And if the adaptations occur in the behavior of organism, like they use different time of day to acquire the food, like the nocturnals, so it is the behavioral kind of the adaptation. So these are the different adaptation which occur in any organism in response to the different or the variable environmental factors and the harsh condition, which generally is being done by the process of variation, like recombination and the crossing over. So this is very important for the proper survival of the organism. Now here different abiotic factors are present and organisms have different response to them. And organisms' different responses can be categorized under the different categories. Now, say for example, one is the conformation. Under conformation, the organisms which are present in a varying or we can say that. So, the conformation is a process in which the organism have no other mean to control the internal or environment through their any method or through their metabolism, etc. While such kind of organisms are known as the conformers. While the other case, that is if the other case is of regulation, if the organisms are capable of controlling the internal environment through their metabolism, they are known as the regulator, and the process is known as the regulation. And the third response, that is in the form of the migration. Either the organism, if it is feeling uncomfortable in any habitat, then it would leave the habitat or migrate from the habitat, and such condition is known as the migration. And in the next response, that is of the suspension of activities, which is known as a suspension, or we can say that suspend the activity. Like suspend the activity if the environment or the external environment is not favorable for the organism. They show such kind of activity in the form of dormancy, in the form of the hibernation or in the form of the estivation. So these are the simple general responses of the organism under different environmental factors and the different varying external environmental conditions. So this is all about the organism and the various methods which are responsible for the proper survival of the organism, either through the mean of the adaptation or through the different responses like the conformation, regulation, the migration and the suspension of activity. Now the organisms, when a group of organisms belonging to a similar species and they reside a particular area, they are known as the population. Or in short, we can say the population is the group of organisms which are present in a particular area and they are of the similar species and capable of the interbreeding. So such kind of group of organisms is termed as the population. So these two things, that is the term population and the term organism, is well explained in this way. And now we have to understand what the population is really and also about the various characteristics of the population. So for example, this is a particular geographical area and here is the presence of different kind of or different individuals belonging to the similar species and they are capable of the interbreeding. So such kind of group of organism is termed as the population. So here we are referring it the population. Now we have certain characteristics of population. We would first of all write them down under here, like first of all the population size. These are some simple concepts about the population. Population size, like population density, natality, mortality, dispersion, age structure, and pyramid, and the last one, that is the dispersal. So we would discuss the dispersal here. That is seventh characteristic, dispersal. So we would explain these all characteristics one by one. Okay. So population is generally a group of individuals of a species having the capability of interbreeding, residing in a particular geographical area. And in ecology, we have a particular discipline termed as the population ecology, which is involved with the study of population and how they change over time, and it studies the spatial as well as the temporal patterns in abundance as well as the distribution of the organisms. Okay, so first of all we would take the first characteristic, we would describe them simultaneously. For example, this is a particular population and we have a number of candidates or number of individuals here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there is the presence of 7 individuals. So the population size is generally the number of individuals present in a particular population. So this would be defined as a population size. So it's a very simple concept. Then comes the population density. In case of density, we have two categories here. One is the crude density and second is the specific density. In case of the crude density, we have a particular formula like the total number of individuals present in a particular population upon the total number of area or the total area or volume. Here we are considering area because of the presence of this kind of structure or this kind of area. Now, say for example, we have total number of individuals are 7, which are present in this particular geographical area. Say for example, it has, or the total area of this structure is of 10 meter square, so it would be 7 upon 10. The value would be 0.7. So crude density would equal to the 0.7. Now the specific one, how is it different from the crude density? So it is also the number of individuals upon the area which is actually occupied. Area which is actually occupied by the organisms. So, say for example, this value remains same, that is the number of individuals is 7, but they are occupying this particular area. So, say for example, the particular area is 6, so the value would range about 1.166. So the value of crude density as well as the specific density can be calculated like in this manner. And next, that is the natality. Natality refers the birth. The birth of an individual or birth of the individuals is known as natality. And if we are considering the natality rate or the birth rate, then it would be the number of individuals which are added in any population through the birth in per unit time. The death of the individuals is being signified by the help of the mortality, and so natality and mortality in this way. So the birth would definitely increase the population size of this particular area, and the death would decrease the population size of this particular population. Then comes the dispersion. Here dispersion may be of 3 different types. That is the uniform kind of dispersion. Dispersion is generally the distribution of organisms in a particular population. Maybe the random one or maybe the clumped one. In case of uniform distribution or dispersion, the organisms are present uniformly like this. And then comes the random one. Here the organisms are present randomly anywhere in a population. While in case of the clumped, the organisms are present in certain groups. So this kind of distribution can be described by the 3 different manner, like uniform, random and the clumped manner. Then comes the age structure and the pyramid. Age structure, we have defined the age groups or different age groups in a population, like the pre-reproductive, the reproductive age group individuals and the post-reproductive individuals. So this kind of distribution of the organisms depending on their different age groups is known as the age structure, and the pyramid made through it is known as the age pyramid. So if for example this is a pyramid which is being formed by this, but in this case the basis is made by the pre-reproductive organisms, in the middle part the reproductive organisms, and in the topmost part there is a presence of the post-reproductive organisms. And here this kind of this is not necessary that this particular kind of pyramid would be found everywhere, and this is a proper, or we can say that a proper pyramid made in a stabilizing population, and there may be the presence of such kind of pyramid which is known as the urn-shaped pyramid, and the pre-reproductive are in very short number, while the reproductive and the post-reproductives are more in number. So this kind of pyramid is known as urn-shaped and is diminishing type of, and show or determines the population of diminishing type. While the other one, that is the presence of the bell-shaped pyramid. Here the pre-reproductive and the reproductive one are similar in number, or we can say that the more than similar in number, and hence while it is a kind of bell-shaped pyramid and show the stabilizing kind of the system or the stabilizing kind of the population. So this is all about the different characteristics of the organism, different characteristic of the population. Also here is one more point, that is of the dispersal, and here we have three different categories, namely the migration, the immigration and the immigration. In case of migration, there is a to or fro movement from any kind of population, which generally involves the outward movement first and then return to the same population, while the immigration involves the inward movement of the organisms into any population, and immigration involves the outward movement of the organism into out of any population. So this is all about the different characteristics of the organisms living in a population kind of system, and they are very much important for creating or for the basis of the ecological principle, as well as for the different entrances in biology. Thank you. Please like and share our video. Thank you.